Hey guys, and welcome back to a new video. Have you ever thought about having an application in the global market? If so, you need to manage different languages on your application because a lot of people from different countries may have access to your application and they want to use it. So it's better to manage languages, different languages on your application to give them a better user experience. Today in this video, I'm going to show you how to do this in two different ways. One of them is based on the default language of the device that the application is installed on it, and based on the language of the device, the language of your application will be changed automatically. And the other way is to give some options to the user, and user can choose between different languages, any language that the user wants. So let's get started. Let's start with the first part, which is the changing automatically the language based on the language of the device. I have an empty project. Let's go to the resources. You can find them here in the values and in the string file, or go to the resource manager and here go to the string. You can see that we have only one variable here, which is the application name. Beside this, we are going to add some more variables to show that after changing the language of the device, the language inside our application is changing as well. So the idea is to have some variables here, and for each language we are going to have a string.xml file separately. So here you can press the plus and here a string value. The name can be, for example, greeting, and the value hello, welcome, and that's it. You can see it here. Okay, so as you can see here, I have a suggestion: open editor. I can click on this and opening an editor. Then here as well, I can add the elements that I want. So clicking a plus, and the key is a name, can be title, and the value title. Okay, I have it here. Now I have this and this and this. Okay, so we have all of the variables that we need, and now I'm going to click on add local, and you can select the languages that you want: Arabic, Spanish, French, whatever language you want, Deutsch. In this case, I'm going to choose Spanish and Persian, Farsi, which is my language, and Spanish. So I have the default language, which is the English, then the Persian, and the Spanish. I'm not going to change the application name. It will stay the same. For the greeting and for the title, we can click here and write whatever you want. I mean the translation of this actual word. Instead of hello world, whatever you want, you can write. So I forgot about something else. So let me add another value here. Switch language with underscore. without underscore. Okay, and now we have another variable as. Let's go to the packaging, and you can see now the strings has a package, and inside it we have 3 strings files. One of them for Spanish, the other one for the Farsi, and one of them is the default one for the English. So if I open it, you can see here I don't have the other variables, and I have to add them. Inside the editor, as I said, we are going to click and write the thing that we want. Then it will be added to the Farsi strings. You can see that I have it here now. The same for the rest. Let me copy and paste it to make it a bit faster. Okay, I have everything. Let's go to the editor, and I'm going to sync it, and you can see the translations appear here, and now we are ready to use them. We just need to display them in the main activity, and by changing the language of the application, automatically we will see the change. So instead of this name, I'm going to pass a value here, and instead of this hello name, let's have only the name. So here we have to take this variable from the resources file. So I'm going to call a string resource, importing it. The ID is r.string, and instead of app name, I'm going to use the greeting. Okay, so I took this one, the hello welcome, and passed it to this composable, and we are going to see it. Let me change a bit this layout. Lazy column. Inside of my lazy column item, in the item I need a text here. A string resource r.id greeting, but here I need the title. Okay, the title will stay on the top of the screen, below it items, and let's have 10 times the greeting. So taking this greeting and leaving it here inside of this, and let's do the changes here in the fill max size and horizontal alignment center horizontally. Okay, here, and after modifier in the text, let's change the font size to 22.sp and font weight to bold. I just want to make them a bit bold, and we can see them better. Okay, we have them now. Okay, let me run the emulator and test it. I will be back in a while. Okay, it's installing. Okay, you have it in the Spanish language. Now let's change the language. I'm going to change it to Farsi. Let's go to the app and see it. Okay, as you can see, the language is changed to Farsi language, which is my language, and by changing again the language to the English, okay, here is the English language set on our application. Okay, let's go further. Okay guys, if you liked the video till now, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button right now, and let's go further. And now I'm going to show you how to change the language based on the options that you are giving to the user. You can use some radio buttons, and for each of them you can set a specific language, and based on the clicking of each of the buttons or radio buttons, the language should be changed. For this, we need to save the last language that we set on the application in a shared preference, and we need another function to retrieve this language next time that we are opening the application. So I'm going to start with having a value to store the language code inside it. And this, and I'm going to make it notable, and the default is in. Okay, yeah, and this one is the variable that I built, and this is the function that we need to build it, and we have to pass the context to it, and then inside it I'm going to retrieve the data from the shared preference. And here is the default language, which is English, if there is nothing inside our shared preference. Here, after this onCreate, before the body of the main activity class finished, I'm going to create this private function get save language. Okay, it's like that. And I'm going to import it, and here I'm going to create a variable for shared preference. So val shared preference equals to context get shared preference my pref, and we can use this, but let me change this keyword, the language pref. Okay, and then it will return a shared preference get language and no. Okay, that's it. So we created a value for the shared preference, and here we set the context and the mode private in our shared preference, and then from this shared preference we got the string by the key language. Later we have to use this language key the same exactly to save the recent language inside the shared preference. Okay, till here everything is okay. And now we need to have a function to set the language. So set language, and I'm going to pass this language code to this. Okay, let's have it out here. We need to have the context here as well. And there I have to pass the context to it as well. So the context can be this. Again, here I need to create the same value for the shared preference. So I can copy this line totally and paste it here. And then using this shared preference dot edit and dot put a string, and inside the string, as I said, we need to use the same key that we used here. So I'm going to copy this, then the language code, and then we are going to apply the changes. So simply we load the recent language into the shared preference, and on the top we extracted it from this. Now after this, let me use the function name for actually setting the language on the application. So I'm going to change this name to save language for now. And here again I'm going to create the function set language with the context and everything that we had here. Okay, so here as you can see, no, this one is deprecated, so I'm not going to use this. Let's check the build version of our application. So here, if the build version is greater or equal to build version at tiramisu, which is API 33, dot get system service and local manager class.java, and in the next line application locals equals to local list dot for language tags, and finally passing this language code to it, and else up compat delegate set application locals local compat for flag. Yes, this is the thing that I want. Import. Okay, and here I have it says that we need a dependency that should be added to the Gradle file and importing it here. So let's go to the Gradle. Okay, let me click on this. Okay, now it's syncing, and here this line is this dependency that we need. So you can stop the video and write it, or you can click on the same thing that I've clicked and automatically it will be added there and will be imported here to our main activity. So here, after all of these things, we need to save language, and that's it. Okay, so by this we are going to set the language in our application, and by this we are going to save the recently chosen language, the local, in the shared preference. Now let's go to the top and do some changes in the layout. I need 3 buttons for the languages, so let me copy and paste the whole composable that we need. Okay, this is it. Feel free to pause the video or go to my GitHub and copy and paste the codes fully. This is the composable that we are going to use, and here inside the lazy column, after these items, I'm going to add another single item, and inside of it, let's have a horizontal divider with fill max width, and after that, just calling the language switcher. Okay, on the on click of each button, we are going to write the set language, which is we are going to call this function. Actually, we are going to pass a context, which is here, the variable that we created for context, and then this is the keyword for the actual language that we are going to use: English, Spanish, and Farsi. So for the Arabic is AR, for French is FR, and here in the editor, when you are choosing the language, you can see AA, ADY. Each language has a shortcut. Okay, so you can use these shortcuts to here set the language on the application, and after each time changing the language, we are going to recreate the activity, and that's it. Let's check it again on the emulator. Here is the application successfully installed, and I'm going to change the language to Spanish, and you can see it's changed, and to Farsi it's changed, and to English it's changed. Okay, my friends, that was whatever I wanted to tell you about this topic. I hope it was useful for you. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and if you are new in the channel, please hit the subscribe button right now to be aware about the new videos. In case you want to write any comment, you can write them in the comment box. It's always open, and I'm looking forward to see and read your comments. Have a good day. Happy coding. Bye bye.